The whole purpose and point for me getting into 4x5 was to explore just how much quality I could get out of a final print, but also to completely immerse myself into the process of shooting on film. Historically, I've shot with DSLRs like Canon 5Ds and then migrated out of that into Micro Four Thirds setup, which is great for me because Jen and I do a lot of rock climbing and mountain climbing, exploring, and weight can be a serious consideration when you're doing activities like that. So Micro Four Thirds was great, and I've printed a lot of really nice images from those cameras. But I wanted to slow things down. I wanted to have more control over the process and make photography more intentional rather than just being incidental. Like you see something, you take a picture of it. With this, I want to find a picture and make the photograph. And with the Intrepid camera, of course, I'm still getting to utilize and reap the benefits of a lightweight setup, but all the other things still apply. It's still going to take a while to take a photograph. One thing that I can't help but do is think 19 steps ahead. And so I'm already thinking about printing because I want to make sure that throughout the entire process that every aspect is going to be within a realm that I find acceptable for my work. And printing is a huge part of that. So I really want to be in a darkroom, but I don't have the space and I don't have the equipment. I have a lot of darkroom equipment that I've used for 35mm, but most of that is under the bed and in the closet. I just don't have the space to set up a darkroom right now. Where does that leave me? It leaves me with a company called DSI, Digital Silver Imaging. They use a light jet process. So they have a big machine that's light sealed. They load it up with a roll of Ilford paper, and they can use a laser to project, the same way an enlarger would, project the image onto the photographic paper, just as you would in the darkroom. Then they take it out of that and they put it in a tray of chemicals and they develop it just like you would in the darkroom. So basically, it's allowing people to take their digital negatives and create chemical gelatin silver prints from those digital negatives. It feels like we're just very, very close to being exactly the process I want, which is to skip the digital printing process and actually make the print myself. So we will get there, but for now, I think this is a really good option. They're a cool company. They offer a cool promo, which I've just received the results on. It's 2 8x10 prints. Both of them are gelatin silver prints. One is on the Ilford RC paper, resin-coated paper, and the other is on the fiber-based paper. So let's take a look at these. First up is the RC print. I'm just going to read you some facts here. The Ilford Gallery RC Digital Silver is a true silver gelatin resin-coated paper. Ilford Pearl surface. It's similar to a luster surface. It's a medium weight based paper. It's 190 gram. It's processed in liquid chemistry to full archival standards, and it has a natural to cool tone with excellent sharpness and contrast. I will agree with them on all of those points. It is really sharp. The image looks really nice. The shadows are good. The whites are nice and bright. It kind of has like an inkjet feel to the touch, but it's definitely a true black and white print. It looks good. And the cost is right. So I really like that. So next up is the fiber print. The paper is the Ilford Gallery fiber-based digital silver. It's a true silver gelatin burrito-based paper. It's 310 gram paper, so it's quite thick. It has a glossy fiber surface, but it does note on the website that the paper does have less gloss than you might expect than a gloss inkjet or RA4 based paper. It is a fiber-based print, so the white tones in it tend to be slightly warmer than what you would find on the RC base, and I have found that to be true. Now, if I lay the RC print on top of the fiber-based print and don't look at the fiber, my eyes adjust, it stops taking on the cool tone that it suggests, and it starts taking on a neutral black and white look. But if I slide the RC print up even slightly, I can immediately see the warmer tones represented in the fiber-based paper, which I happen to like. I like the slightly rounded off whites. I like them to be slightly more subtle, and it just adds a little more, I don't know, some texture to me. It just looks like it's denser in the print. And I will have to say that about the shadows in the fiber-based print as well. Perceptively, they look a little bit darker than the RC print, and DSI says it's because the silver content in the fiber-based paper is more than that of the RC-based paper. So the cool thing is that because both of these are chemically processed, you can take these and you can have them toned by DSI with selenium or sepia, or you can take that on yourself, which might actually be something fun to experiment, and that will increase the archival nature of the paper as well. I don't have any numbers for you, but it's more than you and I would ever live to see. Yeah, so it's good stuff. Looks really good. So I love the fiber-based paper. Jen loves the fiber-based paper. I've asked a bunch of people, look at these and tell me which one you like. Don't judge it by the subject matter. Just look at the print and tell me which one you like. Everybody chooses the fiber. Everybody. The problem is it's expensive. The question is quality versus cost. If a potential customer or client or fan or patron is wanting to buy a print, should I extend them the courtesy of saving them money by printing it on RC-based paper, although it's not what I want as the artist? Or should I spare no exception in the artistic process and charge for the amount that includes the cost of the fiber-based print? The cost would go up substantially, but the argument is that if they like the piece, they would want it represented the same way that the artist intended it to. So these are the types of things that go on in my head. What do you guys think? Do you think we should extend cost savings or spare no expense and make it the best thing we possibly can make it?
Okay, so before you answer, as I was editing, I noticed that the obvious and apparent answer is to just make the fiber print, because that's the print that I like and I would love to see. But I think it's worthwhile to discuss a little bit further the reasons why this is such a complicated thing for me, and that is because of the target audience and the target market are of the people. It's not, even though these are fine art pieces, they're not going to be fine art prices, because my work doesn't show in galleries, and I'm more of the art house, the art fair, the art show, the coffee house, the outdoor retailer, those types of places and those types of people. And those types of people aren't typically spending thousands and thousands of dollars on fine art work. Maybe some of them do, but anybody I've ever sold art to face-to-face, we usually have a chance to talk, and I usually have a chance to tell them about the story of how the photograph was taken. And they're folks like me, they're folks like you. We all have jobs and money and expenses, and if you really love a piece, I want you to be able to buy it and not have to figure out how you're going to now pay your rent or buy food. Because I would rather see more art on the wall than, one or two pieces a year that I sell for a super high price tag, and, have a bunch of other people telling me, I wish I could buy a piece from you, but your prices are just too expensive. So with that in mind, hopefully now we can start to discuss and try to figure out, do we want to have the best of the best at a higher price, or would we rather have something that's a little more accessible? And please don't let me dissuade you into thinking that the resin-coated paper is any less beautiful. It's just a compare and a contrast. And so, yeah, with that in mind, back to your regularly scheduled program.
So leave that in the comments below. I wanted to say thank you guys, first of all, for answering the question about the lens being open or closed. You guys had some really good responses to that, and I've taken it on the advisement of my sub base to close the lens when it's not in use. So it is, and it will remain as such until we use it. Okay, so to the fun thing. After I ordered these prints, DSI sent me a free print for a friend promotion that's good until the end of June 30th. So I want to give this away. So it's a value of up to $150, so you can print a print up to $150. It's got to be used by 6:30. Files uploaded and order submitted by June 30th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a page on the website. It's going to have a submission form. It will include your name and your email. So what I'm going to do is from the date that this video is posted to the date of posted of the next video, I will take that span of submissions and I will draw a random number, and yeah, you'll be the proud recipient of up to $150 digital gelatin-based print from DSI. So actually, I wish that I could use it for myself, but I can't. So I'm giving it away to you guys. So I hope that you enjoy that. So yeah, this was kind of a dense one. I have a lot of questions. Hopefully I have not confused myself even more, but you guys have been super helpful to me and really encouraging, and it's given me a lot of confidence to continue on with this stuff. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting and leaving me this positive feedback. You're telling me like your own crash and burn stories, which is cool that we can kind of share in that together. And the channel is growing and you guys are really interacting with me, and it's really making my day. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're moving in like 2 weeks, so it may slow down the videos a little bit, but we'll definitely keep making them. So thank you guys so much, and see you next time.